Welcome to the Deck Tech here. It's going to be a little bit more mild-mannered. It's just a little tired-ish, if you will. It's super late at night, for me anyway. But needed to get this out because a lot of things happened. And also I went through my entire rare collection and scanned them in TCG Player's app to get my binders ready for Dragons of Tarkir pre-release in a few days. So the budget this time is around $15 again. On these standard budget deck techs, that's what they will be. And this time it is, as the name implies, Meow Meow budget. We are playing Cat's Typal with two exceptions. And we're going to start in the 1-drops. We got Hinterland Sanctifier for 1 white for a 1/2 Rabbit Cleric. Reason why it's in this deck is whenever another creature you control enters, you gain 1 life. The next set of 1-drops we have we're playing 4 Sanctifiers, by the way. We have 4 Leonin Vanguards. This is a 1/1 for 1, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control 3 or more creatures, this creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn, and you gain 1 life. And then finally, we're smashing it out with some Savannah Lions, once again for 1 white mana for a 2/1 cat, nothing else, just the flavor text. We play 4 copies of Ajani's Pridemate, which is basically the MVP of this deck. For 1 and a white for a 2/2. Whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. We're playing 4 copies also of Helpful Hunter for 1 and a white for a 1/1. When this creature enters, draw a card. It's going to help us with the minimalistic amount of draw that we have, especially on the budget that we do have on us. We're playing 4 copies of Leonin Surveyor for 1 and a white for a 2/2 Cat Scout. With Start Your Engines, if you have no speed, it starts at 1. It increases once each on your turns whenever an opponent loses life. The max speed is 4. During your turn, this creature has First Strike. And when you eventually do hit max speed, for 3 and exiling this card from your graveyard, you get to draw a card. Once again, one of those weird go-arounds that we have to do to get card draw in mono white. We play 2 copies of Lifecreed Duo for 1 and a white for a Bat Bird. It's a 1/2 flying. Whenever another creature you control enters, we gain a life. This is redundancy and also a good thing to have more than just 4 of these gain a life when a creature enters the battlefield in the deck. 2 Valorous Stances. For 1 and a white for an instant, choose 1. Target creature gets indestructible till end of turn, or destroy target creature with toughness 4 or greater. We actually were able to fit 2 Arahbo, the first Fangs, in the budget on this deck for 2 and a white for a legendary creature, Cat Avatar. It's a 2/2. Other cats we control get +1/+1. And then when Arahbo or another non-token cat we control enters, create a 1/1 white cat creature token. And then we play 3 copies of Mentor of the Meek. I have 2 copies from M19 and then 1 copy from another set that was in uncommon, so I used my uncommon wild card to get the 3. Mentor of the Meek for 2 and a white, Human Soldier for a 2/2. Whenever another creature we control enters with power 2 or less, we may pay 1 if we do draw a card. Once again, we have to take any option that we can get to card draw in white on the budget that we have. My favorite budget card for these life gain decks, Leyline of Hope for 2 and 2 white for an enchantment. But if this card is in your opening hand, you may begin the game with it on the battlefield. If you would gain life, you gain that much life +1 instead. So Sanctifier, we gain 1 life and we gain 2 now. And as long as we have 7 life or more than our starting total, which in standard would be 20, so once we hit 27 life or more, creatures we control get +2/+2. We play 2 copies of Claws Out for 3 and 2 white for an instant. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each other cat we control. Creatures you control get +2/+2 till end of turn. This is kind of like our home run punchers here. Claws Out and Leyline of Hope are our end game wins. And with Claws Out, we're just about casting this for 2 white mana. We got 23 planes in the main, and now we're going to the sideboard, where we play 4 copies of Divine Resilience. For 1 white instant with kicker, 2 and a white, we can pay the kicker cost on top of the mana cost. Target creature we control gains indestructible until end of turn. If this spell was kicked, instead any number of target creatures we control gain indestructible till end of turn. We play 3 copies of Felidar Cub for 1 and a white for a cat beast 2/2 with sacrifice this creature, destroy target enchantment. Kutzil's Flanker, we play 2 of them for 2 and a white for a cat warrior, that's 3/1. It's got flash, so we can cast this anytime we can play an instant. When this creature enters, choose 1. Put a +1/+1 counter on this creature for each creature that left the battlefield under our control this turn, or we gain 2 life and scry 2, or we exile target player's graveyard. This helps us with the graveyard shenanigans decks. This helps us if there's mass board wipe or if we need some life. I kind of like this card. It's got utility upon utility on it. And then 2 copies of Loran's Escape for 1 white for an instant. Target artifact or creature we control gets hexproof and indestructible till end of turn. And we're rounding it off with 3 copies of Banishing Light. When it enters, exile target non-land permanent on opponent controls until this enchantment leaves the battlefield. Now we're going to do something a little different on this one. We're going to do a Sparky game to show you what this deck can do. And I only do this because I cannot guarantee when we go into best of 3s that we will be paired up with good matchups. We do get to go first, and we do have a pregame action with this Leyline of Hope against Sparky. So in paper, we would be like, I got a pregame action, and we're going to Leyline of Hope.
Let's get started.
So we are going to kick it off with a Leonin Vanguard and pass the turn. And now what we want to do, want to get Savannah Lions, no attacks, because I want to bring the Surveyor in next turn so we can start gaining 2 life per turn. Or Sparky can do the weird plays. Yeah, ever since the last update, Sparky's been making bizarro plays. It's like very weird. But now we'll just go about this way. We'll make it a 2/2 and gain 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we gain 4 life on that one. So we will gain at least 2 life per turn. So we will just attack with the Surveyor because it does have first strike on our turns. And we are 1 turn away from max speeding, and the Surveyor is the only one that we have max speed for. But now that 2/3 Minotaur does shut off our free attacks, if you will. And we're not. This is rough. We'll see what Sparky does. Because I would like to keep this around, but Nest Robber, okay. Just gonna attack en masse. Alright. I don't feel like blocking. I feel like if we get another creature on the field. Yeah. Alright, another Vanguard. Cool. And then we will be gaining a lot more life. Now the 2/2, I'm just going to give the Vanguard indestructible. So we at least win this fight. And now we're at 25. Sparky's probably going to attack again. But our opponent would never really... I mean, I could see an attack, though, to keep us from getting 27. But... And then this should take us almost to 26. 1 card in hand. So they doubled up. Alright, I mean, we do have... So we can freely block the 3/2 now. We do have max speed. So now we can exile this card and draw one. And now we finally hit at least a 27 life, which activates the Leyline of Hope. And now all of our creatures are pumped. And we'll even show you what Claws Out does, too, in this Dream Draw scenario. See how big our stuff is now?
Congratulations. You've done it.
So that's what we're gunning for here with this deck. It's very aggressive. You're here, like, I'm very serious. The MVP didn't even appear. We were still able to get a decent amount of life in. Now we're going to take this into best of threes and see what happens. I think we want to play first. Oof, that is a rough mulligan that we're going to have to take. That's a little better. Not really, though. That's just a bad luck of the draw on that one. I like how we're going up against silver. Alright, we can get the Vanguard Pridemate combo going here. Hopefully. It is ores off at the moment. Alright, so we will do our best to empty our hand, because they're playing hand destruction. I should have done the Lifecreed Duo. That's the one. Alright. Well, we'll see what happens if we get our hand destroyed. Yep. If we don't pick up a creature here, which we did, it's a helpful hunter. Hopefully we get one more. We will get that Vanguard in play. And that's going to bump up Pridemate twice. And this is why Pridemate is an MVP here. But I'm expecting a board wipe. At least Pridemate's out of cut down range now. But probably still go for the throat. Mortify. Okay. Still going to be gaining some life here. We're going to knock him down into almost lethal range. If our stuff survives. If they try not to destroy our hand. Alright. Let's see if they +1. They +1. I'll just Claws Out. Yep. I'm just going to Claws Out.
You won't be outsmarting me.
So that is a mentor, which isn't helping us. Yeah, I think we got to do that just to get Lily out of the -2 range. Do the uptick on her. Tiny Bones. Discards a card, exile it. Double Lily, so will they make us sacrifice a creature? And they didn't activate the other. Okay, I can see why they didn't activate the other Lily. Sacks a creature. Helpful Hunter. Bye-bye. Alright, so Lifecreed Duo. We will pay that 1 to draw a card. I think we just attack 6. Tiny Bones is going to block 1. And now they have to have multiple pieces of removal here. And they can't activate Lily without emptying their hand as well. So they got 1 card in hand. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to gain the life. We'll just swing away and see what happens. Okay, we got there. We got there in game 1. So we're going up against a hand discard deck. Aw, man. Okay. I don't know. You figure by now this would have been fixed. Indestructible. I think we take rid of the Valorous Stance and a Mentor. For 3 Banishing Lights. Yeah, I think that's what we do. Because that'll at least give us Liliana the Veil not protection, but we can at least exile something of theirs. Pre-game action, but we can't keep that. That's pre-game action, and we're going to get rid of the Mentor, the Meek. We don't have a way to activate Leyline. We do have a pre-game action with a Leyline of Hope. Alright, cool, cool, cool. So I'm okay if we get Arahbo taken out and then next turn we Vanguard Savannah Lions. Unless it's a Cruel Call. Deep Cavern Bat. So let's see what they take. Yeah, they took the Arahbo. I knew they would take it. But now we basically empty out. And see where it goes. I mean, we had to empty our hand because it is hand destruction. And if we can leave them with dead cards in hand, I'm okay with that. And let's see what they got in their hand. That's a weird... It's just such a weird line that they took. I don't know why they would do that now, you know? It's not a gotcha moment, you know? But we can't even attack with the Lions. So, we could be done here. We could be done here. Yeah, I think we're done here. Yeah, I think I think we were done there. I think I'm going to take out the other 2 mentors. Probably put escapes in. I think that's the only thing I think we have lined up for this. We did... That's better, but... And I'm not trying to get the Leyline of Hopes out. Especially on a mulligan. Alright, cool. So if we do happen to get hit with a hand discard or a Deep Cavern Bat, I think they can't take anything. Because I think most of the hand... Yeah, non-creature, non-land. So we got 2 lands. And let's play the one land that they didn't see, that they saw, and hopefully they hit us with another hand discard. But the fact that we only just have land in hand, yep, that's just 2 lands. And I think it's a little too late, honestly. I think it's a little too late here. We had that punch and power, but, you know, it gets totally negated on hand destruction. Which I don't know why this is still a viable thing. Maybe it's because of the lower levels. I am a bronze player. And I think I'm okay attacking here. I think I'm 100% okay attacking here. Because even if they got shenanigans to bring Deep Cavern back, I'm fine with that. Because now we kind of have an advantage. That's a Tiny Bones. They're missing land drops too. I will get Pridemate up here. That is a big target. And that we got the Leyline of Hope. So they have no good blocks. Oh, they just conceded. It just let it happen. Leyline of Hope won us that game from an almost unwinnable position. If our opponent hits land drop number 4 before we get Pridemate out there, I don't think we win. The hand disruption is really good, especially in the lower levels, but I was just taken aback by getting hand destruction because I haven't seen it in a while, because the other account is kind of like in gold. If you don't know, I have 4 Magic the Gathering accounts, arena accounts. But yeah, like us getting to the threshold of 28 because we played the Sanctifier, and then next turn Pridemate. That gave us 2 life. That gave us 2 life. They weren't able to like attack us or drop us down. Got us the threshold to get the pump for Leyline of Hope. So Leyline of Hope saving the day. All right, so our opponent won the coin flip. We have a pretty good curve here. Pretty good curve. We will have that pre-game action, which will confuse our opponent, but also kind of lets our opponent know also that we're playing a life gain of some sort. Forgotten Monuments. They're on caves. So they got Forgotten Monument. And they are on caves. So they're just like evaluating. Okay. Domain. It's got to be Domain. 5 color, 4 color Domain. It's got to be that. So we will Helpful Hunter. We will draw a card. Not what we were hoping for. That is if it is Domain with exile cards and whatnot, it's one of those rare times where playing a budget build is to our benefit, because our opponent doesn't want to quote-unquote waste the good exile spell on something that is far below what we could have. On that front, though, I'm not bringing in Pridemate, but I will bring in Surveyor, or try to, because they're holding up 4 lands. That means there's got to be a board wipe or some type of spell involved. And once again, from our opponent's perspective, they want to save that juicy piece of removal sometimes for the big bad of the life gain deck. And we can't afford that on the $15 budget. So sometimes they wait a little longer than they would. But once they catch on real fast. But they flashed in a commando. 3 straight Forgotten Monuments, by the way. I think I just bring it out. I think I attempt to bring it out now and see what they want to do about it. I want to see what they do. Do they have another commando in hand? Okay. So they get rid of our ability to exile that. I want to save up. I want to hold up Valorous Stance to save the Pridemate, hopefully. Because next turn, if it dies, say, we'll mentor Vanguard. So that's 3 caves they control. Wanted to save the Pridemate because now we can do this. We're at max speed. We're kind of set. That's another cave, I think. Yep. So if they have another one of those cards, yeah. But that's okay. The cave deck, that's just not caving. I did that backwards. Yeah, this is some 5-color shenanigans. But it's not domain. It's just 4-color caves. I'm reasonably confident it's 4-color caves. They will have the Recruiter off of Adventure. It's a lot of damage. But they can't without removing things. Bat Colony. So they're setting up, I think, for a 1-turn. 1-turn knockout. And we don't have any... I think we just do this. Just draw the card and see what comes up. It's a Vanguard. I mean, Vanguard plays. We'll pay the 1. That 1 will... Or did we just pay 2? Yeah, I think we just pay 2. Yeah. I'm okay with paying 2, gaining the life. No good attacks, so we're gonna let our opponent try to get aggressive with the commando. Now, if they cast the Recruiter, their math has to be correct. Because these things don't have lifelink. Recruiter. Everything's got haste. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we have to do 2 blocks here. They're holding back. They're holding back. That's only 9. They're holding back, yeah. They're holding back. Because they think they can win. I think we will pay twice. And get unlucky both times. Let's pay one more time. Okay, yeah, we got really unlucky. I mean, we can attack with the Vanguard. So they got rid of that. But that doesn't... Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we will have to block something to survive. I think we block Commando. And if they have a pump, they have a pump. Okay. So they're on a very weak... Oh, yeah. That... Drawing a lot of lands in a row really has kind of put a damper on us. And we will draw the one card. It's a Lifecreed Duo, I mean... They want to get rid of our Sanctifier, do they? Okay, I've seen enough. They're playing a very weird deck. So we will get rid of the Mentors. I know it's caves, but they just definitely didn't have good lands on that. So we will... Loran's Escape. And maybe 2 Resilience. And we will drop... Savannah Lions. I'd rather have something that gets hexproof to prevent that Tear Asunder from happening. But, you know, 4-color caves or 5-color domain is a hard matchup for us. Hey, look at that once again. Pre-game action. I don't know why. Let's just Hunter and draw a card. Get a land up. Alright, hopefully for... hoping for a tapped land? Nope. I can't get that lucky now, can I? Because once again, they got Forgotten Monument. So, they got their up to Beanstalk. I think... Yeah, I don't think we have any reasonable way to get out of this. If we can survive with our board, I think we get to 27 and start doing some real big damage. I would love to see a Cathar Commando, though. Alright. Missionary for Rexian. 1. I think this might just wombo us up and save us with a Loran's Escape. Dang. That was brutal. Nope, there we go. Leyline of Hope. Yep. Now, we can't kicker it, but if they target that Pridemate, we can definitely Loran escape it. But that Leyline of Hope definitely helped us out on that one. You don't know that your whole team gets pumped +2/+2 until it happens. Like, you don't see it taking place. Exile. So I will make him I'm gonna make him have another spell. And they didn't. All right, cool. We can Divine Resiliency anything at this point. But we're just going to pump up everything. Everything. Because without them gaining a single point of life, without a blocker, they're dead. Yeah. They could block the Pridemate, kill the Pridemate, but they're still done. Puncher's Chance this deck has a lot of the times. It definitely does. Like, it... I think the phrase is sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And this deck definitely lives through that. Like, sometimes that win was us getting really lucky. Now, we're probably going to have to be really good. No, pregame action again. This is every game we've played has had a pregame action. And we only play 2 of these ley lines. But we don't have a way for heat life gain, so that's okay. So that's a claws out, so I think we just kind of hope for the best here, but expect the worst. Alright, up to Beanstalk. They draw a card. We will punch, punch, punch. And then next turn, maybe, if we get lucky, we double claws out. And potentially steal a victory from the jaws of whatever. Or we really get a target. Now what do they go after? Okay. Okay, I mean, we got really close with this one. But I'm expecting mass shenanigans happening. I'm expecting a lot of mass shenanigans happening. They are in deep thought as they check our board out. Bat Colony, I think we got there. Unless they pump out a land. But alright, that would be a Terra Sunder. Okay. So I think we can just practically and let them block it up. If they have, yep. Okay, if they had some, the play there, we wait for them to declare blocks. Hey, we're bronze tier 3 now. So we wait for them to declare blocks. Okay. blocks are done, they blocked correctly, they'd be at 1. They get rid of our Savannah Lions, but they still have a lot of damage. Maybe they can come out next turn. So we cast Claws out. I'm expecting them to have a Terra Sunder or a piece of removal for this Arahbo. They use that, then we Claws out again. Which would, you know, their Arahbo would go, then it'd be much better blocks for them, much better swing back. But with the second Claws out that would come out, that would make this cat 5/5. Just because we get +4/+4 by the end of it. So that was the line I was taking and expecting. But yeah, it's a short little deck tech here for the budget cats, which has performed admirably well. I did the Sparky match because I was afraid of what was going to happen in the actual matchups, but this deck definitely has punching power, and it's funny, it's virtually been unchanged since I built it in Foundations. A lot of Foundations cards, I might add. With Bloomburrow, I think the Leonin Surveyors are the newest addition to the deck, and that was from Aether Drift. And everything else, virtually, for the most part, is a Foundations card. And it's basically like $15 and some change, but 2 of the cards are from Duskmourn, and 4 of them are from in the main deck. 4 of them are from Aether Drift, and in the sideboard, more Foundations. Lost Temples of Ixalan, Loran's Escape. The 2 Loran Escapes are the closest things that are coming to off the list, because at the beginning of next year they rotate out. But Banishing Light, yeah, this is a Foundations deck like you wouldn't believe. My name's been Dom Douglas from Max Heroes and Villains YouTube page, and may your top deck always be mythic.